how and when do you think Web3 gaming will really have a place in the gaming industry?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's going to take a while. There's a few key players who are working on much bigger budget games than Bornless, who will be able to influence some of the adoption, not just from gamers, but from the actual industry. Gamers obviously need to get to a point of trust with Web3 because at the moment they have none, and they shouldn't have any because it's a mess out there. So it's good that there's no trust for Web3 games at the moment. There shouldn't be trust. But there's a few big games with big budgets from games, like the EVE Online creators, for example, who are making a Web3 game, and those AAA budget games will help move the industry with trust. And then you'll find all of these games that are currently being worked on quietly by teams like ours, where we're just getting on with development, and we'll be releasing around the time when you'll see this shift start to happen. Obviously, as we all know with Web3, like the prices go up and come down, and when the prices are down, the news rips on it, and when the prices are up, everyone's getting paid, so everyone loves it, and it's obviously ridiculous. But yeah, I think when the prices start to come up again, like suddenly you'll see influencers playing Web3 games, and you'll wonder where all these secret Web3 games were. But they're all there. They're just teams are quietly getting on with it. But before you really see like dramatic improvement from Web3, I think it's going to be a good number of years, like at least probably 5. I think that the initial Web3 implementations you'll see will be pretty basic, just like a 20% improvement on a certain feature. It's not going to be revolutionizing gaming the way that a lot of studios say it will initially, because the actual like dream of Web3 gaming is a much harder problem to solve than just, oh yeah, let's do some NFTs. That's not how it works. The dream of like a Web3 gaming is that some types of games, not all games, but some games can start connecting together so that we can have huge experiences that span multiple games. Like imagine if you could play Siege and Apex, but that your account, collected in the middle, and that you could move back and forth and hang out with, you one lobby. And it's a lot of what the industry's already been working on with Xbox Live and everything like that. But the ability to move the stuff you've been collecting in your games, back and forth. It'd be dope to have like a wicked house where all of your Elden Ring stuff and all your Skyrim stuff could be in one house. That'd be cool. But yeah, that's not going to happen for many years, right?
Yeah.
And the tech initially has been flamed so much because so many scammers have used it that I think it's slowed it down a little bit, but it's for the better. So yeah, that's my kind of take on that. I wonder, Branton, if you've got any other thoughts to add on that.
Yeah, I think I got the exact same question about a year ago in another talk or conversation, and I think the first wave of mass adoption will be end of 2024. That's when you see games like Shrapnel, Dead Drop will become, whether it's early access or like a public release, that's when you're going to see the first wave of a lot of influencers playing it. And then I imagine it might die off a little bit after that novelty kind of wears off. And then when you get into the kind of what the core of Web3 is meant to be in gaming is going to be a few years, like Toby's saying, because what's going to happen is, these larger studios are making something that looks fun and is fun to play, but it doesn't have the tech that Web3 is supposed to be. The end goal of Web3 is the tech just isn't there yet. So you're going to see that wave of, people playing it because, Dr. Disrespect's the studio made it, or these people from Activision made this game, and that's going to bring people in. But to get that full Web3 experience, that is the end goal for everybody. It's going to be a few years.
Yeah, I think so as well. But maybe it's good. I mean, give it some time and make it good before, you try to get it all going, and then it will not succeed. So
yeah. I mean, I know I've spoken to, I won't say which game, but it's a big MMO that you will know. I spoke to some of the creators for it, and they described how the take up was slow. And I think that it's just going to be the same with Web3. Like there's so much distrust, as there should be, that it just means the take up will be slow. But then once a few game studios really start to like do it properly and do it with like actually caring about the experience that they're making, which we've not seen enough of, then the take up will be it'll be gradual, but it's going to be steady and meaningful, and the grassroots fans that will get built because of it will be pretty solid, as you've seen in some of these MMOs where the fans are just like beyond in love with the world that has been created. I mean, being a World of Warcraft player. So.
Yep. Okay.